So, Shavyfxhub, let's look at the dollar index. Now, this is very important to us at almost all pairs have, in one way or the other, affected by the price movement of the dollar. So we must factor that. And for me to look at dollar index, I need to look at the overall health of the US economy using the DXY as a litmus test. And I want to look at the structure on a monthly time frame to put it into perspective. And on a monthly time frame, you'll see that the index is still bullish. Okay, so it's not yet time to celebrate on shorting the dollar. The dollar is still very much bullish, very much so on a monthly time frame. So you can see the structure on a monthly time frame is bullish. So I'm using monthly candle close as my litmus test and bias guidance. So on those two areas, I've created SRO level, that is support become resistance and breakup structure, and another SRO level, and the structure is hinged on ascending trend line, ATL, on a monthly time frame. And to further cap it, if you take the structure and you place it on the roof, it gives you exactly a bullish ascending channel on a monthly time frame. So this draws your mind into the relevance of market structure. So there is going to be your ROS resistance become support and breakout structure, and we have another ROS. So on technical, the market has updated two roof, two floor. So this is going to be your demand floor, and the other one is going to be your supply roof. Now, let's be very frank that it's not all the time that the floor has always given the roof on exact market reaction. It's not all the time, but majority of the times we get it that way done. You see here, there's a breakout structure here, and let's put it as a supply roof, and you have seen how the market reacted at that level. So this becomes my trading is very simple. I tell you three things we use at Shavyfxhub. The rest are grammar. I will tell you for free, and the rest is just for the fun of speaking English. So we have here as this is a monthly chart. So this is a SR level, ROS level for the month, and another ROS level. Now price creates two ROS level, and the break of that structure came back here to confirm it as an SR level, giving me structure. Remember, the market must first of all create structure. So sometimes it can take 5 years, 10 years to create a perfect structure that is tradable. Now we are leveraging on a previous RS become SR. That is the basic point. And that was what gave birth to this floor, to this demand floor. So I'm going to bring it here and call it my demand floor, knowing well that in the future, if price comes here, it's going to trigger a buy price action. It's going to send a buy trigger. So in the future, if price returns there, you're going to buy the dollar at this level. We are not anticipating such a heavy drop in price, but just in trading, you see anything is possible. That is just one thing everybody must keep in mind. Everything is possible. So you never doubt price action. So this is we on monthly. And if you look further, you will also see that there is another price action at this level where market has also held firmly on a descending trend line. We anchoring on that week providing a monthly supply. So let's say use a normal structure. I don't know what's going on with this. So we have here RS, and we have a breakout structure. Price return here is a retest SR, and also a retest candle RT. Now a structure is born, and to further cement it, came back again and create another structure, which is also a retest candle to a broken um, supply roof. So that makes here an SR level, making a descending trend line DTL. So we're also going to put that DTL. So now you see price come into that structure in the month of April and shown rejection. And now we expect that market should dip itself into 96 and complete the floor. So I'm expecting a pushback. So we don't know what's going to make that happen, but it requires a very strong fundamental disorganization to see that happen. All things being equal, we might not get here. But I think sometimes market may want to destabilize the trading ecosystem, and in such situation, you could see a pullback. Yes, you could see a pullback. So market could pull itself into that structure. As it pulls itself into that structure, then you see that market retraces again. So this is what we want to see, a push into that structure and go back. So we don't know what's going on with the market at the moment, but one thing you must understand is on the monthly time frame, there's a descending trend line breakout for the dollar index. This is one thing a lot of traders will never see. Yes, and believe it or not, if you are seeing it the way I'm seeing it, you will know that this is what has happened on a monthly time frame. You see on a monthly time frame, here's this is an RS level, and the break of RS level price returns here as an SR, and subsequent retests, all backed on a monthly structure. And I'm going to change this color to black. So everything we are doing, we want to put it into perspective, and we have series of retests on a monthly time frame, and each of those candle return on a monthly time frame to buy back. From 2023, we kept doing so till 2024 September, and we ultimately broke that structure in March 2025. This is a monthly breakout structure, and for market to tell you there is a retest after that. So to be specific, May broke out of that structure. You can see it after break of structure. In fact, what broke the structure was April. April broke a monthly demand floor. A very beautiful structure, very beautiful in that matter. Look at it. From 2022, we came in 2023, we came in 2024. We leveraged on it, and ultimately broken in April 2025, and May came back for retest. And I don't know what's going on with the market. I really don't know what's going on with the market, but I tell you, there might be change in trade dynamics, and this could bring price here. Yes, because there's already a breakout. There is already a full monthly breakout. Let's be very honest. There is a full monthly breakout, and technically switching ROS to SR. Like we have here RS1, RS2 by week rejection, break of an RS level, price had to return and continue buying to create a structure. So it was that price action at this level that gave birth to that structure. In fact, without these two things, there is no way I could come up with this black descending trend line, which I will call DTL. Remember, our structure is our strategy is based on structure. The market must create structure, and when market creates structure, now it's up to it to obey or disobey its own structure. The market created by himself. So if it wants to respect his structure, it's up to him. If he wants to disobey his structure, it's up to him. But one thing you must know is that the market is moving in a bullish channel. updated the floor, updated the roof. And ideally, market can touch the floor of the ascending bullish channel and peak liquidity. If it does so, and let's say we have an aggressive buyback and dollar sentiment kicks in, market should first of all touch this floor of the ascending trend line, acting as a demand floor, peak liquidity and go. Because of what it has broken a demand floor, a long-term demand floor, starting from May 2023, run into October. We kept leveraging on that floor. We kept leveraging on that floor until in April 2025 we broke out from the structure, and May confirmed that we broke out by retesting. And you see the monthly buy candle rejected. So it's a win for us, whichever way the market wants to go. What we want is if buying decides to we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on here. I can tell you for free. We don't know what's going on. But for the fact that market has broken from here, then it's something to be cautious about. So, but however, all I can see is if price returns on this floor, it returns on a buying floor. This is a buying floor where you can see the index shine again. Yes, it's also possible that the index could project itself into this zone, and this becomes your new sell zone based on the structure of the market, and it's keeping the sentiment of the market. And dollar, of course, in terms of um, is used in the world market for petrodollar, so many other things. So gold is priced in dollar, oil is priced in dollar, so many things, silver priced in dollar. So everything is dollar denominated. So it hinges on what the next policy will be. If they cut rate further, that will be a good time. Of course, the Federal Reserve could bring that as a surprise in the next policy meeting. When you have next fund rate, they could drop price. If they do so, it's up to them. What that will simply do is to bring a dollar completely sinking, coming down here. It will be a good time for AD/USD to buy. It will be a good time for Euro USD to buy, GBP USD to buy, USD JPY to sell, USD CAD to sell. And USD CAD is showing a bearish sign, AUD US is showing a buying sign, Euro US is showing a buy sign, GBP US is showing a buy sign. So they are all waiting for one or two confirmation. So I believe that the market might want to tilt in direction of a market structure. And if that is what market is, it might surprise everybody that 18th when they will be having a federal fund rate meeting. They will just tell you that we have cut rate. And if they do so, there's nothing anybody can do because they are weighing between inflation and the job market. So it's a two comparison. So job holding steady, yeah, it's okay. Wage increasing is okay. We had the last NFP data. Yeah, okay. That's nice. But the monetary policy team have right to take any decision. So we trade based on fundamental approach. So whatever fundamental gives, that is what you trade along with. So now let's look into the 4 hours structure. We have dealt extensively on that monthly chart, and let's look at it on 4 hours and see what the pair has done. And I'll also switch to my line chart to get that into perspective. I have let's see. See here on your line chart, you have a beautiful structure here. There is a structure at this level that I've given birth to that. I will also be holding that active. There is a structure at this level. There's a structure there. So our strategy is patient driven, and all we want to see is wait for the market to create structure. Without a structure, there is nothing you can do. And for every time market creates structure, a lot of liquidity is lost. Now look at what market has done. It picked liquidity. There's also another structure here. If you look critically, you will see it too. Let's see. There is a structure at this level. So you can see that structure at that level. So I saw that structure and I posted it way back. Let's go back to appreciate it. There is a structure at this area, break of structure, supply, break of supply, demand floor 1, demand floor 2, demand floor 3, final buy, confirmation, weak rejection, keep moving. So if you look at our structure, I already sent it. So now another one again is which is also a confirmation. You see a W structure here, the neckline of the W structure is at this level, is the neckline, a reversal price action. And technically market have come to retest the neckline of that broken neckline. That makes there a demand flow. When price come there, it also serves as a confluence. So you now have two confluences, a descending trend line and a horizontal um, support structure. That's horizontal trend line HTL backed by a descending trend line DTL. And all these are all SR level, SR1, SR2, and we have the last one, SR3. So these are structures that is being created in the market, and we are not the one making these things up. The market will create structure and allow it to follow its own structure. And we'll have another structure after here. We'll have here as a demand floor. This is a break of a demand floor. This is a retest. This is a retest. This is a retest. You join all the structures, you can see them actively. If we switch that to the line chart, I don't want to violate a 4 hours line chart. So that is why I have placed that on this area. You couldn't take this out of here because it's a 4 hours close. So this 4 hours close must be respected. And if you bear it with that week you have over here, the both of them give you a descending trend line, which is also a DTL. And technically market will react there because you have here as a demand floor, which is an SR. By way of weak rejection, we have a breakout structure, followed by a retest after price broke a supply roof, returns a demand floor 1, which is also an SR level. And price return again as an SR level over here, giving you a descending trend line DTL earlier mentioned. So price returns here again to confirm it as a structure. And you have seen that it came here on a triple confluence. So the both of them are giving you a structure. We cannot place this descending trend line away from here. And the next thing we also look at is if we have other possible structure, which I also find we have a structure at this level. This is also very beautiful. Turn your line chart to see that structure, the way it has appeared. And we want to keep that structure the way it is, still on the same neckline of that W structure. This is an inclined neckline. We are getting horizontal and inclined. And we have here as a support structure, SR. And we have here as SR, break of SR, retest 1, retest 2. And you have seen that sell. You have seen that tremendous sell on that structure. So if you are wondering why market sold there, you stop wondering that market sell on structure. It sell on structure. And we'll have here as an ROS level. So that's an ROS level. Where is a ROS level? Is a ROS1 and also a retest candle to a broken structure. And we have another ROS level. And if you go back to your line chart, you will see a clean breakout structure at this level. You see a clean breakout structure at this level. Let's see on 3 hours if we have a more beautiful alignment. On this structure, you will see we have here, there's an alignment over here. There is an alignment at this level. This is a demand flow. And unless this is still okay to go, we can anchor on this.